Hello, 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 homeschoolers! Magandang gabi sa kanilang lahat. Hi, Del. Hello, Kuya Bernard. Wow, you're here. Hello, hi, Wends. Magandang gabi sa kanilang lahat. We are so excited. Hi, Julie. Julia, hello. Magandang gabi. Kumain na ba kayo? Anong ulam nyo? But anyway, I'm so blessed today and so excited because our guest is so special to my heart. But again, I just want to do the same thing, a disclaimer. We are here making contents and information to you guys because at the end of the day, we want to let you be wise in your decision making process, especially, okay, especially in this time of crisis that we're having right now. This is the time na magtulungan po tayo. So, whatever information po na bibigay po namin sa inyo, it doesn't mean that you have to do it. We are just here, honestly stating our own story, and I hope our own story will be a blessing into with the life that you're living right now, especially in the decision of making, doing homeschooling. Okay, so I just want you to know na hindi po permanent solution, okay? But we want you to know that you are not alone and we will try our best to be with you in this journey as well. Hi Mary, hi Janet, hi Ruth, hi Jaya. Magandang gabi sa kanilang lahat. Thank you so much for always gracing our live show, okay? Kung napapansin niyo po ang live show namin ay every Tuesday and Friday. So I make sure po kasi hindi tayo mapapagod. Ako rin po because I need to make time for my family as well. So if you want to put it in your calendar, laging Tuesday, Friday po that we will try to make contents. Hi, Danette! My kumare, hello. Hi, Mary. Hi, Laxmi. Hello. Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Okay, now that I'm finished with my disclaimer for each and every one of you, I just want to introduce to you, I'm so excited, my dear friend, She's my dear friend of, nakakatuwa lang kasi every time na nagmi-meet kami nito, laging heart-to-heart talk yung pinag-uusapan namin. And hindi namin na-imagine na mangyayari ito. But I think this crisis was a blessing in disguise and my dear friend will be able to really tell her story. And I'm so blessed for the trust that she has given iHomeschool PH to be able to really share to you her story. Okay. She's a very dear friend of mine who chose the less traveled path of homeschooling. She has opened up her family to a different way of viewing and learning the ways of life by adventuring, exploring, growing, and discovering the real where. Together as a family, she is a wife to David Kaufman and a mother to two precious daughters, Alexa and Calista. They have been happily homeschooling for 6 years now. Wow, 6 years na pala yun, Mai. Mai is an advocate of slow living, unhurried homeschooling, and intentional parenting. She hopes to change the world by honoring and uplifting and empowering parents and kids everywhere around the world. So, I just want to introduce to you, pero bago dyan, I just want you to watch this video first. Oh, wow, that is the child of Mike Kaufman. So, my dear friend Mike Kaufman, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Novi.
Hello. Grabe, Mike. Hindi ko na-realize when I was introducing you a while ago, 6 years ka na pala nag-homeschool. Naiyak naman ako doon.
Can you believe
It's
that?
been like, wow, yeah. Grabe, how is the grace of God in your life?
Yes.
But yeah, let's start because everybody excited with your story. So can you just share to us, how did you discover homeschooling?
Um, Actually, I had no idea that homeschooling existed before. It was only through Ivy Marquez. She invited, oh, it was Adele who invited me to speak in one of Ivy Marquez's hybrid homeschool. So there, I was one of the speakers. I got to meet the students. They were all very bright. And so I got inspired. And after that, I researched, I approached you and Ivy, and that was the beginning of this beautiful journey.
Okay. Look at the picture. So nice. Oh, si Alex and Callie. Those so nice. What in your homeschool room?
Yes, that's our homeschool.
Oh, wow.
So that's them. They're reading and writing something, a letter and drawing for her teacher, Tita Fides, during the lockdown.
So, during the discovery, I mean, siguro na meron ka mang decision-making process. How did you know na talagang God is really telling you na talagang mag-homeschool ka na?
Alexa used to be enrolled in a conventional school for
That's right.
nursery kinder. We love both. We enrolled Alexa for nursery in VCIS, Victory Christian International School. And for kinder, my husband wanted her to learn Chinese. So it was, I was very, very sad when we had to move her to MGC. Um, and then and then there I got that invitation to speak for Ivy's hybrid homeschool, and that's when I realized and felt that you know we should try it out because we were experiencing a lot of traffic every morning and in the afternoon. My daughter was just in kindergarten, and we have to study instead of play. I learned a lot of things from the students of Ivy Marquez. So that's when I got inspired, and I told David, you know what? Alexa is just in kindergarten. Please allow me to homeschool her. Let's try it out for 1 year. If it doesn't work out, come on, it's just kindergarten. If worst comes to worst, if we really have to repeat kindergarten, which I doubt, I said, let's just try it out. So we tried it out, and it worked for us.
Ang galing lang yung view mo. Totoo yun, di ba? Just try. Wala namang masasaktan kung hindi ka mag-try. Unless if you don't try, you will know if it doesn't work or not. And that's really good
Actually,
perspective.
yeah, actually, when we were first starting out, what's important is there's at least one of you who's sure that you're gonna give your best, and everything will turn out fine. Because at first David was kind of not sure about it. He said,
Mm.
I'm not a teacher. What will the future of our children be like? But in my heart, I just believe that, if you have love, if you sincerely care for your children, then everything will work out. I will make it work out. No matter what, I will surely try to make it work out.
That's good. So what happened to your first year, if you remember that 6 years ago?
First year, come on, it's just kinder two, right? So how hard is that? We my in-laws are in England, so I just thought about at first we were using Bob Jones BJU books, and it really helped us a lot that time because I was a first timer, and what I would do is I would teach Alexa first everything before we leave the country. We try to finish everything before leaving the country, and if when we're in another country, we try to expose her in different things. We introduce them to other students. Because I enrolled them in different activities also in England.
Okay, speaking of England, no? Yun nga, yun yung isa sa mga sobra ako nag enjoy lagi sa post mo. And thank you ha. Thank you for always updating me because I love to see where you're going and it's really exciting kasi natututo rin ako. So, why did you choose that kind of homeschooling? Like, that kind of way na traveling every year?
Oh, I believe that the world is really our school. You
Yeah.
know, the best teacher, of course, is us. It starts with the parents, but next to us is the world. Every single person that you meet every day, wherever you go, can be our teacher. We can learn something from everyone. So I wanted my daughters to feel confident wherever they are. I want them to understand what's going on around the world. I want them to experience firsthand what it's like to meet an Italian, to meet a French person, or, I want them to experience their food, their culture, not just by reading, them, with books. So I I believe in experiential learning. My two daughters are kinesthetic learners, so they really thrive with experiential learning. So like with these photos, they were in South Cotabato with the Tiboli tribe. We stayed there for at least a
Mhm.
week or two, and it's really
Wow.
full immersion. We try to learn about their culture. We eat with them with our fingers. We made art. We brought all the art materials. We brought prizes for the kids. It's not just us learning from them. I want my daughters to see the expressions from people that we interact with. I want them to experience being appreciated. I want them to be part of something. And for example, the Tiboli, even here, these are the Alexa and Callie's classmates in England. They do theater together, they do
Wow.
art together. Yeah, and these are our classmates in Egypt. They were the youngest, so we were inside the museum. We joined the tour. So that's their those are their classmates also. So just like that. I mean, if for example, of course, it's not for everyone. We're just lucky that my in-laws are there. But whenever for parents, for those who are watching, I just my advice is that they grab every opportunity they have. If you know someone who's in Tagaytay, know what Tagaytay is famous for, or Bulacan,
That's true.
and fully immerse. Stay there for 1 week to a month. I don't know, but that's our style. I'm very, very blessed because my husband also likes to travel, and we both love to learn, me and my husband. So it really helped. Even our nanny at home, she helps us out. She's also very creative. She loves to learn. So we used to also bring her around wherever we go. So grab the opportunity, whatever God presents you with, the people that He presents you with, the opportunities, grab it. Try to look at it in a way, wherein, what can I learn from this experience, or what can I contribute to the people that we are interacting with. I'm teaching my children to, I'm letting them know that even though they're young, they can still make a difference, in their own small way.
Okay, ang galing lang. With that in mind, making a difference. So, with Alexa, no, how did you discover that gifting that she's enjoying right now? What is the
Actually,
story
it
behind?
it wasn't us who discovered that she had the gifting, because Alexa, since she was 2 years old, she's been singing nonstop. There's always an ongoing concert, at home, and even though we don't understand what she's saying, just the way she sings it, she sings with so much feelings. And it was actually the teachers, Ryan Kayabyab and other teachers who said, oh, a friend of ours in Verona, said, who's the daughter of the founder of the Lyric Opera Awards, said, "My, you Alexa needs a very, very good teacher, because what she has is something really special. If you nurture it, it will develop into something even greater." So So that's what we did, and last year she was discovered by Carla Gutierrez of the Philippine Opera Company. So that made her an official soprano, so for us, her singing is a beautiful gift. We really never thought of um, getting a teacher so she can be better at it, and maybe a lot of people would ask us, why don't you let her join British Got Talent, or things like that. But for us kasi, that, Novi, I've talked to you about competition and all. Most parents I know believe in they think competitions are healthy, but in for me, um, I'm not so for it, because I believe that we first have to establish that foundation before, exposing our children to that kind of thing. I believe that if she has the gift, it has to be nurtured. And when it's properly nurtured,
That's good.
and she knows what her gift is for, it's not just to boast, it's not just to prove to people that you're the best, because you can never be the best. Someone will always be better than you. You're always a work in progress. So we instilled that in Alexa. We always remind her that her gift is a gift and it's to be shared. So yeah, that's that's, I guess.
Nakakatuwa naman, Mai. It's really inspiring, no? Kasi, I've seen your kids grew in such a way. They're so grounded, and they know how to respect elders. They know how to really, kahit na different types of people, they know how to socialize. Alam mo lahat ng myths actually na lie about homeschooling, nagawa mo eh. Like, sinasabi nila ang homeschooling nasa loob lang ng bahay. Hindi,
Yeah.
lumabas kayo lagi. Lagi kayong lumalabas. Yung socialization, hindi, ang dami yung mentors at iba't ibang klase pa. Kumbaga, nakita ko kasi yung post ni Pastor Bernard. It's like you embodied that live, love, and learn family aspect, no? Na
Yes.
no matter what God has introduced to you in a daily basis, no, you were able to nourish that. And kumbaga lagi nga pag nakikita kita is like, you always seize the day and you really make every day important for you as a family. But this is my question lang, siguro mga, how did you guard Alexa's heart? No, I know, syempre, the talent that she has is so unique. So how can she, like people will always say, galing-galing naman ni Alexa. Alam mo yung ganyan. Siyempre, sometimes, how do you teach that to her? How do you able to
Um,
express that to her and be able to guard her heart?
I always go back to reminding her where the gift is from.
That's
I
good.
always tell her that there's a reason why God gave you that gift. God wants to use you. God wants you to have an influence on other people. So we're very careful with that because, of course, like last year, we got a lot of invitations. We had to turn down a lot of invitations because, for me, she's just a child. She's just enjoying singing, and we appreciate it when other people, you know, um, like appreciate what I mean. We appreciate people who acknowledge that she is good, but we always remind Alexa that it can be taken away from her anytime. We need to use it, for a bigger, better purpose, which is to touch people, to inspire them, to give them hope, So, like I said, last year we got a lot of invitations, and we sadly had to turn down some because we didn't want Alexa to get tired, and as much as we want her to really give joy to many people, we have to be very, very conscious and aware that, she's just a kid, So, uh, as a parent, of course, it's nice to know that people appreciate your daughter, but we always have to remind ourselves that, you know, um, people will always praise you and all that, but why are you doing this? Why are you singing? What is it for? We always remind her of that. It's for other people, and she only sings for one audience. She doesn't have to prove herself to anyone but God.
Wow. That's really true. I love what you said, no? Kasi the bottom line is really whatever talent that God has given us. Okay, and Alexa is one of those unique talents that God has given us. Our kids need to know where is that source coming from, and that's really from God. And that the goal is to really glorify God with whatever talent that God has given them. Thank you for sharing that mind. Okay. Now, I just want to ask lang, gusto ko excited na akong tanungin si Alexa, but I just want, because of that, alam ko the rhythm of traveling and all that stuff, and then discovering Alexa's gifting. How is it? How does it look like in a day of the Kaufman Academy? If I'm gonna ask you about your routine, how does it look like?
Oh my gosh. You know, I am not so comfortable being interviewed live, right? But because this is something so close to my heart, and I truly, truly care for all the families and parents out there, and most especially the kids. Um, you know what? I highly, highly recommend homeschooling. Our house, honestly, is full of joy. Every morning I wake up, I cannot help but really be feel very grateful because I know that we made the right decision. Every day is different in the Kaufman house, but one thing we make sure of is that we're growing every day. You know, I try to, besides of course the academic, the subjects that we have to cover. Um, what is important for me is that I teach my children also, um, to be resilient, to be compassionate, to care for other people, to make a difference. Not just to enjoy life, not just to have fun at home or outside, but to also, they also have to be responsible. And how do we do that? By introducing new things, new people, new activities to my girls. And so I'm very, very mindful and intentional when it comes to designing, um, whatever is going to happen for that day. This our schedule and the activities that we're going to be doing. I always incorporate all those things that are important to me with our activities. So I love it because you know my daughters are so much fun to be with. They give me so much joy. They're very responsible. They're not demanding. They're never bored. Leave them and they can take care of themselves. Like that. Art, playing the piano, singing, talking to their friends, writing letters for someone they care for, or packing some gifts for an ate that is working in Mango, in the mall beside us, things like that. Um, we try to make our everyday different, because I really, as Novi, remember I had cancer, breast cancer last 2016. And um, that's when I realized that you're never in control of like until when you're going to be around. So I wanted to make sure that while I am with them, I want to make sure that I get to build their security, stability, and confidence by being there for them, by making them feel appreciated, by giving them allowing them to have a voice, by giving them the freedom to choose, to decide, by allowing them to create something or to be a leader in our own home. We have that activity wherein one member will be the leader for the day, and that person can think of anything that the family will be doing. It can be art, it can be yoga, it can be planting. Like the other day, we did some indoor gardening. You know, with that, they feel important, they feel empowered. And for me, that's what kids need. You know, they need to be appreciated. They need to feel that they are enough. That, and I always remind my girls, they don't have to prove themselves to anyone. You know, I always remind them, you never, never have to do that. You know, because you're enough and you're great. And of course, I'm like brainwashing them every day. You know, you are going to be a history maker. I see that. You know, our kids need us. They always are. I know them because when I praise Alexa, sometimes Callie will say, "Mommy, how come you say that always with you know, Alexa? How about me?" And I'm like, I also say that about you. So I noticed that kids, you know, they want to feel appreciated. You know, um, the reason why I said yes to this interview also is because, you know, in our world now, I feel that there's so much pressure on children, you know, and I feel really sad because children like my children's age, you know, 8 to maybe 12, you know, I believe in playing, in, you know, that's the best way to learn, in making the activity light. You know, I just feel that um, it's not right to put so much pressure on the kids. In fact, I don't fill up our schedules because I don't want them to get exhausted. When we're doing an activity, when we're doing something, be it figure skating or you know, or Alexa singing or whatever, I want them to fully enjoy the moment of doing it. I don't ever want to rush them. As you know, I really believe in the unhurried living. You know, that's when you get to fully immerse in whatever it is that you're doing. That's when you get to explore. You know, that's when you get to discover things. That's when you get to learn and grow. You know, and what I like about homeschooling is that we grow, we learn together as a family. You know, when our kids make mistake, one more thing is that when my kids make mistake, I don't make them feel bad, you know, because um, I remind them that making mistakes is something that we really, really need to grow, you know, because whenever you make mistakes, it makes you smarter. It makes you a better person. You learn something new. So in our house, they know that. They're brainwashed. I've already brainwashed them that making mistake is something that we need to experience. So that's why we do a lot of activities. We do a lot of different things, you know, and whenever we are with other nationalities, we're in a different country and Kali is shy, you know, shy sometimes, you know, we tell her that go ahead, you know, just try it, just talk to the person, and you know what, she would do it and she would feel so proud that she did it. And she would, you know, in the end, she realized that she really didn't have to be, you know, she didn't have to be afraid of anything. You know, all you have to do is try. So we always try to encourage them to try new things because that's when they will discover that, you know, they can do it pala, you know. So there.
That's good. Ang ganda ng shinare mo 'no about, making mistakes. Not only that, there's you can learn from it and we have it, but making mistake is an opportunity, no?
Yes.
People will not see it in that way. It's always like a negative. I still remember, na pag kunyari, di ba, pag may mga test, hindi ako naglalagay ng X. What I do is hearts.
Oh
I put
yes.
hearts rather than X. Kasi
Yes.
I know that we are bound for mistakes sometimes, but
Yes.
I want them to be assured of their identity kasi yun yung bottom line. Eh. It's not focusing on the mistake, but how are you gonna respond with that mistake? So do you
That's
still
right.
feel love even mistakes happen? So I just want to ask you this, no? What
Yes.
challenges did you have as a parent, no? Homeschooling a gifted child.
Oh, challenges. You know, not much because as I said, Alexa is a very, very obedient child. And we are aware of what can ruin this gift or destroy this gift. We are very conscious. We don't allow anything to affect her health, affect our studies. Well, last year, because it was Christmas time, it was slightly affected. Alexa was slightly delayed, but you know what? We don't worry about that. No one is I mean, we don't have to be ahead. What is important for us is that we are learning and our children are growing. There's no deadline, there's no timeline for us. We try to manage our time well. And for challenges, really nothing much. Maybe for me, it's a bit hard when, especially during summertime, because my kids are into so many things. Whenever there's summer camps, I present everything to them, and I'm like hoping that they will only choose one or two, but they always choose more than two. They like ballet, they like art, they like theater, Alexa singing, and so last year was kind of busy for us because Alexa had a lot of invitations and she had to learn a lot of foreign songs, and she had to do a lot of vocal coaching, with Tita Fides. And so, but other than that, not much challenges for us. As long as you know how to manage your time and you know what is important, I think, you won't allow anything else to really, get in the way.
Yeah, I really believe that. That's why siguro you have lesser challenges because you know your source. Eh. You know where
Yes.
you're getting your strength from, which is from God. And that's really good. Thank you for that inspiring message.
No,
So,
can I
what
add?
about God? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sige, go.
I just want to use this opportunity. I really don't want to miss this opportunity of sharing with your viewers, that to the parents out there, that our time with our children is very, very short. There's no rewind, there's no replay with life. Try not to get so pressured by the outside world.
That's good.
With our family, honestly, we try to block ourselves from the noise outside, because God gave us the brains, God gave us the heart. We can make our own decisions. That's the reason why we're homeschooling, because we want the flexibility. We don't want anyone judging us. No one is grading us here. We want to try things out. And I just believe that us parents, when we have the chance to influence our children, make the most out of that chance. Don't get pressured. Don't be pressured by your friends or what other people are doing. Oh, they're getting ahead of my children. We don't get pressured with all those things. That is not important to us. What is important to me as a parent is the joy of my children, the security of my children. You know, the reason why we travel so much is because, Alexa can go to can go abroad, and you can leave her and she can take the train, buy the tickets on her own. She buys the tickets for us. She's in charge of taking the train, or in the airport. She knows where to go, which platform. They know. Because why I do that. I do that because I don't want to ever be afraid, because I come from a very sheltered family. And I was so sheltered. I studied interior design in UST, and one day classes were canceled, were postponed, and I was already in school, and my mom had already left, and there was no cell phone back then. Yes, I'm that old. Anyway, so I was literally crossing the street crying, because I was so afraid of being kidnapped, or I was just so afraid. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to commute. After that experience, college, okay, I told myself, if I had children, this will never happen to them. So that's the
Yeah.
reason why, as soon as Alexa learned how to read, We trained her to read signs, to read instructions, to read the map. I'm so proud of them. Even the vending machines in different languages, they can operate that. Kali now is learning also. So parents, just whatever opportunities you have, I believe that every activity is a learning opportunity for them, and even for us parents. So our children, I think what is important is that our children learns how to believe in themselves, that they don't rely on the validation from other people. We have to instill that in them. As young as Kali, she's 8 years old, we have been instilling that in them. That you know that you don't need the validation from other people. It's only God. God knows, as long as you give your best, you're excellent in whatever it is that you're doing, that is enough. And I think kids need that. They need to be confident. They need to know that you appreciate them, you know. And
Yeah.
and when we travel, we do that also because we want our kids to make good choices, and we want them to
Yeah.
learn, to discern people, and sometimes when they were younger, I don't know if this is a bad thing, I would purposely hide. But before hiding, I would teach them first, if you get lost, if you like, you know notice that we're no longer around, um, just stay put. I teach them these things, because I don't ever want my kids to panic. I want them to be confident. I want them to know what to do, when there's a problem. I teach them to discern, like, in this room, who would you approach for help? These things, I think, more than being on top, being more than having high grades, I think this is more important than anything. I think it's more important than that our children care for other people, that they are kind, that they're not self-serving, that they're not irresponsible. When I say irresponsible, it's when sometimes kasi, diba, when I see my girls having so much fun, I tell them, Alexa, Kali, remember, okay, do something that can contribute to the joy of other people. What can you do? So there's a balance. They're aware of that.
Yeah.
So there.
Thank you for sharing that, Mike. Kasi nakakatuwa lang, no? In homeschooling, because of the beauty that God has given us in using our time and the flexibility that it was given by choosing homeschooling, and we teach those characters like confidence, courage, being discerning. But if we don't activate them, how can we let them exercise them on their own, Ang galing
Yes.
lang kasi even maybe some parents are so scared. I still remember I have a friend na pumasok siya ng college but hindi talaga niya alam paano, hindi siya state smart. So, hindi siya marunong mag-commute. Iniiwan lang siya sa dorm, walang instruction, wala lahat. So, talagang tinuruan ko siya day by day kasi kasama ko siya sa dorm. But, wala siya talagang alam pero matanda na siya bago niya na-figure out yun. And, ang hirap. Kasi even signing a check or what to put a deposit in sleep or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that, I love what we're doing kasi we need to activate our kids. We need to practice them to be courageous. We need to have that sense of ownership of being confident not only with the people that they meet but confident with themselves. And the
Yes.
source is, yun nga, is God. And ang maganda ron is you always guide them through that life lesson. It's not about, kaya nga sinasabi ng iba, no, hindi kailangan ba mag-homeschool lesson plan? Actually, there's no lesson plan.
No, I do not have
Yeah,
any lesson plans. When
yeah,
I was just
absolutely.
starting, yeah, when I was just starting out, I used to buy the teacher's manual and all that. My gosh, I just opened it, but I never used it. You know why? Parents, come on, just make me. I just try to make any activity fun for my girls. First, you
Yeah.
have to look. I'm sure you've already discussed this in your previous interviews and talks. You have to know the learning styles of your children. Both my girls, fortunately, are kinesthetic learners. They like to experience it. They like to touch. They have to hear it. They have to smell it. And Alexa has a different style of learning. They're both kinesthetic, but yung approach, my approach for Alexa and Calista is this different. Yun si Kali, you need to make her lambing more. Because she's younger. She's so cute. Si Alexa naman is, wow, she is such a joy because she is, medyo mature na talaga si Alexa. She helps me out and, she would always make sure that we're okay, that everyone's having a great time, and she's a very caring sister also. So, that's what's nice again about homeschooling. You're always with them.
Yeah.
You're with them. You get to instill all these important things, the values, the character in them. So I highly recommend homeschooling.
Ang galing, no? Yun nga sinasabi ng with them, that word with them is we make mistakes with them, we learn with them. I mean, nakakatuwa lang kasi it's not always focused na parang sa mga bata, but together as a family, you learn as well. I'm sure there's a lot of relearning that you did because both of us were trained to be in the conventional school with a conventional mindset that this is what we have to do. And that's the beauty of homeschooling as well. But I just want maybe para makita natin yung activation. Can I invite Alexa to be with
wait.
us?
Okay, we'll call Alexa. Hold on.
Yeah.
She's in the other room. She'll come.
Okay, habang tinatawag natin si Alexa, please parents, if you have any questions for Alexa and even for Mike Kaufman, please prepare your questions para mas madali in your comments. I'm sure madami po kayong questions about her journey. Okay? So I'm really excited with this because I usually don't ask kids in my platform, but I'm so blessed with this opportunity, and I thank you, Alexa, for this opportunity.
Hi, Tita Noe.
Wow, Alexa, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, of
To talk to
course.
you. Okay. So my question, we were talking about the practices and all that stuff that your mom is doing in homeschooling, but I just want to hear from you so that the audience can hear you as well. So what do you love about homeschooling?
Oh, I really love homeschooling because, like, for me and Callie, I love that I'm able to learn with my family, that we're able to travel together, and like we're really able to, like, it's more of like a family, and like homeschooling is not really for everyone, but for me and my sister, we just love it so much. It's
What do you love? What are the activities? Do you enjoy the
Oh.
activities?
because with homeschooling, like I love that we're able to do things like that normally in school you wouldn't be able to do.
Like what?
And like, for example, I'm taking, before this quarantine, I was taking figure skating lessons, and normally you wouldn't be able to do it like if you're in school, because you would only have to do it late. So
Yeah.
I really love homeschooling, and for me and my sister, it's such a blessing for us.
That's good. I can really feel that your heart is full. Thank you for sharing. You remember when you're kinder, you have attended a conventional school before, diba? Before homeschooling. So, did you miss anything being in that type of traditional school setup?
Actually, to be honest, I don't really remember much about school since I was really young. Though I'm still in contact with some of my classmates and teachers.
Ah.
To see
Yeah,
them,
I
no?
still get to see them.
Okay. So in short, you don't miss anything about it.
I don't, like, 'cause since I don't really remember, I'm not really sure. Sorry.
It's okay. It's
I
okay.
can't believe she doesn't remember anything.
Wala mas madaming memories about homeschooling, and it's
It was
okay.
so-
Ako rin may nahirapan na rin ako.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. If your parents will ask you now, no, kunyari, after this COVID and everybody is healed and everything that's stopped, may vaccine na, and then your parents will decide, if you would you like to I think, Alexa, we're going to conventional school na. What will be your
True.
decision and why?
Well, if they would say that they're gonna put, I would like try to negotiate with them to still keeping and remain in homeschooling because I really love it. And so, if I'm given a choice, I would prefer to remain homeschooling.
Homeschooled.
Homeschooled.
Oh, ang galing-galing. That's a very good decision. Okay. Now, because, since you're small, your mom is sharing me all your pictures, and I love looking at them. And I've seen how you have matured to be, actually, you are so mature for your age. And I really observe how your parents have raised you well. But I want to ask you this question because you have discovered your talent, no, at early. How old did you discover that, Mai?
Well, she was formally discovered last year, 10 years old or 9. I think,
In between, like,
yeah, mga 9,
No, but
mga
she
9 years
started
old.
singing.
Sorry, she started what?
Okay, okay. And you keep singing,
Singing. She started
mga
singing at
9.
the age of 6, but, like performing in front of many people.
Ah,
Yes, mga 9,
very
9 years
well.
old.
Start singing. Ah, okay. Oh, because you've discovered that talent and you have traveled a lot of countries, no? And you were able to meet different types of people. I mean, whether they're good in a specific craft or kids. So halo-halo, 'di ba? Can you share to us the most that you can remember, the most meaningful experience that you had with a particular person, maybe who mentored you or made an impact your life? And what did you learn from that person that you will never forget?
Tita Novi, we've met so many people, so it's a bit hard to like pinpoint like one person.
Or one teacher.
Yeah, one
Oh,
teacher.
no, because diba, we go to different places and we have many teachers.
Yeah.
And okay, so
Yeah.
sorry. So maybe she's talking
Oh,
about
let's
that.
experience. Like,
What about them? What did you learn anything?
go.
Well, I've learned to be kind, to be understanding, and like,
Yes.
like
Yes.
to be patient for like, when you have to wait a bit, and like to accept like changes a lot. So like people have taught me, like there were like I think like about like 3 people probably who taught me like with singing, and like the rest, so many people have taught Callie and I some really good things.
They're flashing photos of
So
our
that's
teachers. Yeah.
our teachers. That's the Tabali tribe over there, and that's
There's
like
teacher Klang also
Yeah.
teaching them to cook.
to cook.
Yes.
And it was really
Binakol. Yes.
And I've learned to be grateful because like to like thank them and everything, and to be responsible for like what I do, and
Maybe they're singing. To be
yes, and to be excellent for God and like trust Him in everything that we do.
Wow. That's a very good answer. Well said, my dear. No, it's not, dahil sa sobrang dami mong experiences, you were, I think, God shaped you in such a way and transform your character as well through all these troubles and to all these learnings. So, thank you so much. Parang yung ginawa niyo, Mai, no? Parang, because of that, no, siguro later you're gonna explain and elaborate that. But I just want to ask Alexa, maybe when you grow up, no, maybe you're gonna have your own family. Nako, ayaw pang isipan ni Maya, magagalit yan sa akin.
Yes,
But
wag.
would you think to homeschool to homeschool your kids as well, maybe? Can you see yourself? I know it's too early. You're only like 11 ba or 12.
11.
Would you think to homeschool your kids as well?
I think yes, because like I want to let them have like the experience that Callie and I had. And like I think for like maybe we can try conventional school or homeschooling, but like for me, I think I would choose yes to homeschool them.
Wow. Okay. If you want to encourage the kids out there listening to you, what will you say? Is there any message you want to say?
Oh, well, just to really for now with this COVID-19 that everyone is at home and they're with the family now for those of the people who were going to conventional school. So be more patient, obedient,
Oh.
and just try to help your parents more because this is
Yeah.
something new to them for people who didn't
Yeah.
homeschool or have homeschooled
Yeah.
hasn't homeschooled yet. So and for those of you who are thinking of homeschooling, I it's not gonna work for everyone. So just saying that. Some people may like homeschooling
They
better.
can make it work. They
Yeah,
can
it will.
make
It will work. It could work for anybody if they.
We'll
want.
help you. We'll help you.
Wow. Grabe, Mai. Nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa na how Alexa responded. And she's so sensitive of everybody's feelings. Thank you so much
Yes.
for that
Yes.
advice, Alexa. I
That's what I
know.
love about
Yeah,
Alexa.
yeah. Thank you so much. But I think everyone also wants to see Kali. There's a message here.
Oh
Can
no,
you
can
call
you call
Kali?
Okay,
her?
I'll call my sister.
Kali? While I talk to your mom.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Siguro, Mai, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this interview with you. I hope you did.
Of
And
course. I
yeah,
hope
I
your
just
viewers
want to
enjoyed it. I hope your viewers learned
yeah,
something.
grabe ang daming comments. So later you basahin mo na lang yung mga comments, but grabe lang.
Kakali!
Yeah.
Kaka.
Kali, Kali.
Ate Kanabi.
Hello.
Oh, wait,
Hello.
sorry.
Hi to everyone.
Here. Okay, there.
Ate
Hello.
Kanabi.
Hello, my dear. Hello. How are you?
I'm okay.
Meet the people watching.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you one question only. One question. So, what is your favorite thing to do during homeschool day? What is your favorite thing to do?
I know.
Okay, we'll give you time to think.
What's the question again, Novi? Sorry.
Yeah, what is her favorite thing to do during homeschooling? Like in a day, in an ordinary day.
If we do it art.
Oh, art.
Oh, art.
Yeah, she's very
Oh,
creative. She's really an artist, I
oh.
swear.
So, what do you love doing in art? Do you draw? Do you doodle a lot? Like you
We
paint?
should.
Is that what you like?
Novi, did you see her wall there?
These are
Wow,
artwork.
can you show it what?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. You know, that's what isa rin yan sa mga favorite na gawin ng mga anak ko, art. Okay. Thank you
I
so
would
much for sharing that, Callie.
yes,
Yes, Mike?
art kasi they get to express themselves, and that's very
Yeah.
important. We have to allow our kids to express themselves. We can't always just dictate what we want them to do. You know, that's the beginning of something great when you give them the freedom.
Yeah. Mai, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know with all the challenges that you have, been through,
Yes.
with the health challenge that you had and, taking care of the whole family and all that stuff. I just want to, siguro, maybe you can say last words for us.
Oh, my last words would be, everything starts with us. So, we have to be mindful parents. Um, I made a note here. We have to give our children the chance to experience what it's like to be part of something greater than themselves. There, yes. And you should never doubt your capabilities. I believe that God equips everyone. And,
That's
as
good.
long as you have good intentions, you have love, you, and you're mindful of your decisions, then, it won't be hard for us to shape tomorrow's world. We are capable. We can make it happen.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that encouragement. Actually, may mga may mga questions eh. Do you want to answer this?
What's the
Or
question?
Yeah. This one, how did you, nasa na yun? Nawala. Hazel, yung how do you discipline your kids? Yan.
Oh, I discipline my kids with gentleness and love.
Mm.
I I always practice the growth mindset. Instead of blaming, you have to help them process their emotions. You know, you approach them as a friend. There's always there's many ways of approaching a problem. You know, when one of my daughters are, is like crying or complaining about something, I it doesn't necessarily mean that the other person is wrong. You know, it could be the way she perceives something. So that is something that's something that I always do at home. I always help them process their emotions, because when our children are confused, then they will be, badly affected emotionally. And I don't want my daughters to be confused. You know, if we can help them process their emotions, then they can decide on things, and they won't be easily hurt, you know.
Yeah. Maximize ko na eh. Alam ko, I asked you na your last words, but I think they really want to hear this from you. Okay. What method and approach do you use? Do you have specific method ba that you use?
It's a halo-halo method. Method? You mean in teaching? In teaching? Novi,
I
we are
think in homeschooling, may iba't ibang
Novi, we are so lucky to be in this generation now where everything is available. I really don't need a teacher's manual because my kids are young. There's so much resources out there, and what I do is I just choose something like a book or an activity that I know will be of interest to my daughters, or will tickle them, their interest. I just That's all I care for, that my daughters will really enjoy learning. And I try to make that happen by doing my research, by trying to I don't always conform to what is popular, what other people are doing. I I know my kids better than other people, so I try to provide activities or books or things that I know they will enjoy, because that helps in their growth and in their education. So for the method, it's really a
that's
mix.
good.
I try to get the best of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So you can say that you're an eclectic homeschooler. You have a
Like,
little bit of everything, and you
yes.
always meet the needs of your child rather than the curriculum will, it's not the way around. Kasi people will let the child adjust to the curriculum. So parang
No,
mali yun, di ba?
no.
And
How I
yeah,
it's good that you mentioned curriculum, Novi, because like I said, my messenger is swamped with inquiries about homeschooling. I just want to remind parents, if you have young children, seriously, don't worry too much about the curriculum. What is most important is that we spend as as much time as we can with our children. They need us right now. This is
yeah,
the foundation stage. They need us to be there for them. They need to be heard. Don't just shut them up or blame them or shame them. They need us to be their best friend. You know,
that's good.
they should we should be the person that they trust. When a child, I believe, okay, more than high grades, I believe that if a child is secure and confident and happy, you know um that kid will succeed in life. I'm really not worried. I hope people will not judge us or expect so much from my family, but if there's one thing that I don't worry about, it's my daughter's future. I know that if they continue to do what we've taught them, then I know that they're gonna do well. Like I said, I always remind them, be the head, not the tail. There's a reason why we're homeschooling. There's a reason why we're enjoying homeschooling. It's because we need to contribute. We need to make a difference. So there.
Yes. Okay, that's really a good ending. Thank you so much, Mai. Thank you, Lord, for
Thank you.
gracing I Homeschool PH. Your life
My
is
pleasure.
really a breath of breath air. So refreshing. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for Alexa.
Yes.
Thank you for Tali. Thank you so much. Please, Dave, tell David, maraming salamat at pinahiram
We
ka
love
sa
you.
amin.
We love you,
Yes.
Nobi.
Okay, I will see you later. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
Okay. Okay, sobra 'no? Ang dami nating natutunan kay Mai 'no? And I just want to what I've learned if I'm gonna be asked again, what I've learned from this 'no? Homeschooling talaga is not head to head, but it's heart to heart. Again, I'm gonna repeat that. It's not head to head, but heart to heart. We need to meet where our kids are. It's not the other way around. And with this time of pandemic, today I was able to receive a lot of messages. Parents and even private schools are panicking na, sabi ni Duterte, no classes until magkaroon ng vaccine. I know it kind of alarming, but at the end of the day, do not be afraid. Parents, let us not move in fear, but let us move in love instead. Let's try to understand our president as well, where he's coming from. Because I know, like a father himself, he just wants to protect us. But at the end of the day, kahit mag-announce siya, tayong homeschoolers, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang ating pag-aaral at it never stops. And I hope some of the parents will able to learn that. It's not about books, it's not about curriculum, but it's really learning is life itself. Life itself po ito. So it's not head to head, but it's heart to heart. Maraming pong salamat. Now, because of this event, Ate Ivy and Kuya Bernard donated. Voila! My character is showing. So, for you to be able to get that, this is only the one book of Ate Ivy and Kuya Bernard, My Character is Showing. We will give this for 10 people who's gonna watch this video. You guys, you need to do this so that you can have this character. Sobra pong importante, like Mai said, no? Instead of books, she was able to teach character to her kids. So this is really important. Alam nyo, this is a whole year na po itong mga habits na to or mga character na ito na ituturo nyo sa mga anak nyo. And you don't have to do it in 1 year. Ako nga, minsan, ito meron dito kasi about attentiveness. Pag hindi pa natutunan ng anak nyo attentiveness ng isang buwan, ituro nyo ulit. Hindi naman kailangan 1 year. If you can do this 2 years, it's up to you. Character never go out of style. You can keep on still instilling and teaching this to your kids. So how to join? Okay, follow and tag us at ihomeschoolph and at my Kaufman, at Ivy Marquez, if possible, both on IG and FB. Okay? And then post a picture about today's session and place in the caption what you learned about today's session. Alam ko yung mga expert dito na sumasali, alam na yan. So make sure lang that you tag certain people. And then place the hashtag with your post. Hashtag ihomeschoolph. Hashtag giftedchild. Okay. Yan po. So if you want to get one of those character books by Ate Ivy and Kuya Bernard, alam ko nandyan sila. Maraming pong salamat sa nag-donate para sa ating mga homeschoolers. You know, at the end of the day, yun nga kaya na sinabi ko, it's not about, the curriculum itself, but you can teach character and you don't have, you don't need expensive materials to be able to teach you those things to your kids. Okay. Ano pang announcement natin, Hazel? Yes! And this coming Friday po, I'm so privileged to have our guests, si Mariel Oquinco and San Unson. They're from the Learning Basket. They're also in the group. Sila yung gumagawa ng mga conferences, homeschool conferences natin. So glad that this coming May 29, they're gonna teach us how to homeschool preschool kids. Wow! I hope yung may mga anak dyan na ages, the early years, no? Please join us. That is May 29, 8 p.m. Okay, the same time, iHomeschool PH Lab. That is how to homeschool preschool kids with Mariel and San. Okay. Marami pong salamat. Now, if you think that we are beneficial for you guys, so please invite your friends to follow us in Facebook, in our Instagram, in our YouTube account. And don't forget to join our Viber as well. If you think you need more information, I usually send free stuffs there and mga information, recent information about DepEd as well. So join us there and you can ask questions there as well. And if you're a new parent or even a veteran, if you think homeschooling is really for you and you want to learn more, my Kaufman and her kids is in that book as well. You can buy my book at 750 pesos, physical book, and the digital book, which is 500 pesos. So when you get this, you will have automatic free teachers organizers and student organizers. Maraming salamat po. Okay. Alam kong lagi ko pang sinasabi to, pero seriously, this is essential. You have to, in doing homeschooler, in doing what you do right now, what is essential to you? Okay. For me, lagi po nating tatandaan, in homeschooling, relationship is more important than academics. Ako po si Novian Tan, ang inyong homeschool coach, and I homeschool. Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat. Have a restful night. Bye! Bye-bye, everyone.